What's good everyone, it's your boy yadiiiigg, 4 eyes, 2 G's here, and today we're here to talk about the YBN crew once again. However, in this video, I wanted to go really in depth and look at some data and some analytics in regards to YBN Almighty J and Nahmir and discuss whether or not their music careers are finished considering that Cordae just left the group officially. Let's break it down.
I'm trying to make green no wasabi, nobody can stop me. Straight to the top, you stuck in the lobby, just stop trying to copy, you niggas is not me. Smoking Gorilla Glue, this shit is sticky. Won't hit your weed, I'm way too picky. Only the finest, I'm dressing the flies, was born with a drip. Don't need a stylist, OT stacks. Call me the general, we in the front line. Running from one time, can't get locked, I'm the key to the city. Carry the ball, whole team coming with me.
And first of all guys, just a couple quick shout outs from the Instagram. Big shout out to Slumped Cohen and also Blood Rain. They wanted a couple shout outs for commenting over on my IG. Much appreciated, you two. Shout out to both of you guys. At yadiiiigg, if you don't follow your boy, make sure to go support your boy and show me some love over there. You guys know what to do, but let's break it down. Okay, so just a quick recap. If you guys weren't aware, last week YBN Nahmir kind of came out and said that YBN are finished and that it's kind of no longer a thing. And then recently Cordae just completely changed all of his names on his social medias and his Spotify, which you can see right here, to no longer include YBN. Note also that Nahmir and Almighty J have it in their name still, whilst Cordae obviously doesn't. And then over on his Instagram as well, it's just Cordae. Whereas before, if you Google search YBN Cordae IG, it very clearly says YBN Cordae. And if you click on it, it's no longer available because he's changed it. And similarly over on his Instagram, it's just Cordae. He hasn't taken the YBN out on that just yet though. Okay, so let's break it down and really get into these stats. So these stats right here are YBN Nahmir's Spotify and YouTube listener gain or loss within particular cities within the US. And something super critical to mention, there's certain like key markets or key demographics that are really important to labels and artists to do well in, because those are really the bigger cities like New York, LA, etc. And as you can see right here, Nahmir is pretty much losing listeners in every single city, up to 3%, which you might not think is a lot, but in the grand scheme of things really adds up. On top of this, the small amount of gains he's getting are less than 1% in total. As you can see right here, key demographic like Los Angeles, 3.6% Spotify loss and a 9.4% loss on YouTube. You guys can see the stats right here. It's not looking too good. And this was on top of the fact of these stats right here, which I showed in my last video, which was monthly Spotify listeners. And as you can see right here, since his last releases, they've pretty much continued to decline to where he's at about 3.3 monthly Spotify listeners, whereas at this time last year, he was around 4.5. And on top of this, you can see this big spike around here. This is where he was actually putting out music, but the fact there was a big spike and not a lot of those people retained and he continued to decline basically straight after, that means those people didn't stick around. Those songs like Two Seater with G-Eazy and Offset did not connect on that major level, so the listeners aren't staying around. And on top of this, when you look at his recent videos that he dropped this year, they're not exactly performing too well either. Rock the Party, which he dropped in April, only 3.2 million views. Then on top of that, Talkin', which he just dropped in January, 1.7 million views, and it's not enough for Nahmir at this point, especially considering he's signed to Atlantic to be doing numbers like this. You guys know his previous videos used to do huge numbers, but the fact that he's doing these type of numbers right now speaks to the fact that his new music just isn't connecting on that major level. Now, even worse to touch on is YBN Almighty J, which you can see right here is having huge losses in pretty much every city. Colombia 29%, LA 12%, New York nearly 7%, and over in Miami, what's that, 20%. These are huge losses to have. And on top of this, as I mentioned in my previous video as well, look at his monthly Spotify listeners and it's the exact same thing. He's sitting at under 900,000 monthly Spotify listeners right now, when this time last year he was sitting at 1.5 million. And guys, before we continue on with the rest of Jay's stats, I put a lot of effort and a lot of time into researching and getting these stats for you guys. I know you guys like them a lot, so if you haven't, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well, turn on the notifications to know when I drop a new video. It will be much appreciated. As I said, I put a lot of time and effort into getting these for you guys. Thanks for your support guys. Let's get back to Jay's stats right here. Okay, so moving on to this, we get to his recent videos. As you can see right here, Band Play in April of 2020, only 200,000 views. And this one, which was also released in April, just over 100,000 views. So clearly the situation right now is a lot more dire for YBN Almighty J. Now the reason why I bring Cordae into this discussion is if you look at his plays on Spotify and his plays basically everywhere for his project called The Lost Boy, he has done huge numbers. As you can see right here, they've all got millions and millions of plays. So clearly Cordae, as I said in my last video, is in a much better position than both of these. Now this opens up the interesting and multi-layered discussion on Nahmir and YBN Almighty J done. In my opinion, Nahmir is in a much better position and makes much better music than Jay, so I think that Nahmir can definitely make a comeback. I don't think he's ever going to get to that level that he was a couple years ago, but even so, his recent single like Two Seater with G-Eazy and Offset, although it didn't perform amazing and it wasn't the hit that Atlantic wanted, it still did decent numbers. So I think Nahmir, although he's clearly really in a downslide right now can kind of make a comeback, and he's going to be okay. Jay, it's a completely different discussion. I think Jay's career is on the rocks right now. As you guys can see from his numbers right there, he's barely getting 100 to 200,000 plays on a video. I don't expect Jay to make a comeback at all. I don't think his music is even that interesting or even that noteworthy to make people want to listen to him again. So yeah, I think Jay is done, whereas I think Nahmir can kind of make a comeback. Now also, why Cordae kind of splitting up from the group is super important to mention is because traditionally, whenever we have these kind of groups of different solo artists, it's kind of like the bigger artists attached with that name that kind of props up and makes the other artists more successful. Think of someone like Kendrick Lamar over at TDE. Kendrick Lamar's success kind of helps Schoolboy Q, Absol, J-Rock, etc., all have their own success because him kind of establishing that TDE name really helped put them on as well. Now, I'm definitely not saying that Schoolboy Q or J-Rock wouldn't have a career without Kendrick, don't get that twisted, but I think it's kind of inarguable to say that Kendrick Lamar helped Schoolboy Q, etc., a lot. Plus, another example of this is someone like A$AP Rocky. Definitely people like Ferg, people like Cordae, etc., would not have had the success they had if Rocky wasn't the first one to really break out, really make that A$AP name worldwide, and allow them to kind of come after and prosper, all pun intended. And there are countless other examples of this. You guys are probably thinking of them in your head right now. So Cordae kind of leaving and splitting up the group, I think will severely hurt other members of the group, because Cordae at this point in 2020 was clearly the biggest artist in the group and was kind of keeping that YBN name alive. So I'm assuming based off this, we won't really see them collab or anything like that anymore. So Cordae won't be in that position to prop Nahmir up, prop Jay up, etc.
YBN shit, bro. What the fuck? You see what I deal with on the daily, bro? Oh shit, bro. I deal with this nigga every day.
You wouldn't consider yourself to like be?
I didn't met them on the game. I met them.
I didn't met them on the game.
I didn't met them on the.
Stupid ass. Get your motherfucking grammar shit.
Shut y'all bitch ass up. I ain't see these niggas in months, bro. I see these today is like our best day.
You like 2 weeks ago when we went to the fucking
you got me sick, bro. My hair hurt.
I'm done. I'm leaving YBN.
As a result, I especially think we're going to see Jay have a really hard time getting back on. Nahmir, as I said, I think he's in a better position than Jay, but he still has a lot of work to do to really gain back those fans and gain back the attention of people. But yeah, that's kind of just my perspective on it all. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you think Jay and Nahmir can make a comeback? Let me know in the comments below. Also guys, before we finish this video, just a quick reminder about the Playboy Cardi merch giveaway I'm doing. If you guys don't know, I'm giving away this merch piece I did back in 2017 right here. All you gotta do is head over to my Instagram, like the post, tag 2 friends in the comments, and be following me for a chance to win. I ship anywhere internationally and I pay for the shipping myself, so no reason not to enter. Link in the description. Also a reminder about my own merch pieces we have up for sale right now. We got a couple Cardi pieces, the YDiiiigg merch piece. We also got the Uzi, another Cardi one, and a Travis one. If you guys are interested, there are a couple nice designs here. Link will be in the description as well. And as always, thanks a lot for watching. It's much appreciated. If you haven't, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications, all that good YouTube stuff. And there are more videos of mine on screen right now. Make sure to check them out if you haven't.